My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. People fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the world. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the corrupt. No one to trust, my people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
Good evening. Welcome to the Borderland discussion. Tonight, I'll be helping Jamal Kamara, Linford Ward, Francis Mensa will all be on the show tonight, and we'll have a special guest for the Borderland discussion. And our guest is in the background. So, we'll be looking at a lot of story today, and something caught our attention regarding the family that were burned to death in Liberia. We'll be having that discussion on Borderland. We'll also be looking at Guinea-Bissau, the coup that took place in Guinea-Bissau. We've discussing that tonight on the program too. And then after a few discussion, we'll bring in our guests to dive into a serious matter. So if you're joining us for the first time, this is the Borderland Live. Kindly share the show. It will be firing. So we're asking you all to kindly share the show. While we're doing this, the guest is in the background. Jamal will be with me in the meantime. He's just getting himself ready. Our brother Linford will be joining us today. We know that Linford had a bad situation with his passing of his mother, and our condolences to Linford. He'll be joining us tonight. Francie Mensa will also be joining us late on the program, and Morris Dolly will also be joining us. So we'll have a full house. So if you joining us for the first time, kindly share the show. So we'll take a quick musical break while we wait for our friends and colleagues and our guests to join us. Kindly share the show while we're doing this. It will be interesting today. Play a quick music, then we can all get in. Yo, that is my colleague Jamal Kamara. Jamal, welcome to the Borderland discussion.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. We want to have a quite interesting show, like my colleague said tonight. We have a special guest from the US, all the way from the US, Dr. Dr. Prince Yakison, who is head of one of the Liberian diaspora organizations. He will be here tonight, our guest, to discuss development about what diaspora. Let me put you up the flyer we have for him. This is it. It says, let me make it bigger here. So don't go away. It's going to be like exploring the role of diaspora initiatives in reducing Liberia's independence of foreign aid and promote sustainable homegrown development. A well-informed Liberian, Dr. Prince Yakison, is with us tonight. He will be in studio very soon, Paul, to tell us what can we do as Liberian living abroad to help, carry on development in Liberia, pursue development, encourage development, help the government create for the enabling environment for us. So this is what we want to do. So Paul, don't go away. And Paul said we're going to take a quick musical break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about what trending in Liberia.
Just to let you know, the guest is in the studio already.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta whip us more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, so much. I said they lie. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you screw us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. No one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then still they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. With the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So I said they lie.
Yes, we was talking about in a few minutes time we'll be bringing our guest. He's with us in the studio tonight. But let's go straight to this. Before we go further, we want to let you know this is a topic on our screen. We have Dr. Prince Yekesin with us tonight. We'll be discussing the role of diaspora organizations playing in their own country. How can they help to create a sustainable development? But Paul, let me ask those are following us too. You can follow us on the YouTube, Facebook as well. Don't forget on the Borderline Liberia, we got a website called borderlineliberia.com as well. We have also a radio station 247 live. We also live on our radio called Borderline Liberia Radio Live. So Paul, before we invite in our guest, we want to welcome everybody wherever we join. Tonight we'll be having our colleague who's been away from us. He's Linford Agwangwe, who was bereaved. He lost his mom. We are how to go up to him. He'll be up tonight as well. We got our good man, Francis Mensah will also be joining us. And one of our good friend always with us, Maurice Dolly, will be joining us. These are panelists. But my colleague, myself, Paul, is here. Paul, tell me, how do you feel right now? I know you're in London. Tell me, what's up?
Well, Jamal, usually they say thank God it's Friday. I feel terrific, and to be honest with you, I'm happy to be among the living, and because I think on earth we are on paradise. So when you're among the living, it's a better thing. When you're a dead person, you have no chance to communicate with anybody anymore.
Exactly.
So, yes, yeah, I'm happy to be in paradise, to be sharing this platform with you tonight and have interaction. I'm good. London is great. The winter is here. We all came on for 2026 now, because everywhere people are shopping for this Christmas, and then so It's a busy time in the UK. How your
I know.
end?
Yeah, you know, one thing when I came to the UK, I noticed people always this time people go around doing shopping to get stuff for their loved ones, friends, and so forth, gifts and presents. This is the day, and this is a country they say they got two celebrations. They got Christmas and also got the one called Boxing Day. That's the Christmas will be like gift sharing. Boxing Day will be go to out, go eat. And this is a good thing, you know. I love that. Then we have the turkey, we got all the something, and I love those part of the stuff. So friends called me over. You want to come over for Christmas? I said no worries. And once you got the chicken or the turkey well choked and prepared and well seasoned, I don't mind having some, some chop. But I really like it in this country. The Boxing Day is a very, very, very nice day that people like to have, and it's a very good tradition in this country. Paul, what are you going to do on a Boxing Day?
Well, the thing is, always, Benjamin, I love my beer, and then on Boxing Day, when you eat this, you have nowhere to go. Especially, that's when they do a big sales in the UK, so people can go shopping. But usually, I sit home, and on that Boxing Day, that's where you have a lot of football games as well. So
Hmm.
then my beer is served me with some nuts and other little things there to sponge on from the previous day's food, maybe some chicken wing or something while I'm having my beer and then watching television. That's my Boxing Day for you.
Yeah, yeah, and I also understand that what I in this country, that's the day Christmas. Like it's much more of the good thing is about much more of it's commercialized. The prices go down. Like prices, they chop up big price off. Like okay, they give a big deal, sales are coming up, and that's the day you got presents from people you don't expect. What you would do there, like you go to the Christmas tree, you got a lot of presents put on the Christmas tree. You go there, and since I came to this country, I have opportunity to go into most of the friends' homes, and I'll be part of them and get me gifts. Oh, man, take this gift. Like, what is that? Something I'll be. Someone will secretly ask me, "What do you like, Jamal?" I said, "Probably if you get me this stuff." I was just okay. You're invited to our Christmas party when I show up. Oh yeah, you got this money will be on the gift paper. What did you give me? I don't know. Cow. I was like, I didn't expect this. But anyway, if you just joined us, this is the Born Liberia. Jamal is my name. Jamal coming out from live from Manchester. Paul, the Lord Children, is with me tonight. Tonight, don't go away. We're gonna bring in our guest very soon. He's Dr. Prince Yakisin from the USA.
Yeah,
He's the president
Jamal,
of the. Yeah, go on.
before we bring out Dr. Yesterday, I mean, this story that's trading on the internet regarding these five family members that got burned and they were buried today. If we
Okay.
can just briefly talk about the danger of fire in Liberia, that how can whole family get burned? There's no one can give for the cause of the burn or what happened. There's something that we can look at. Maybe our audience can also chime in on this.
Yeah, I agree, Paul. But let's do this. Because of the time, Father, let's bring our guest and so he also could share the topic with us tonight, to see what he thinks about the health and safety fire issues in our country. Paul, do you remember like our delegation in the COP30 in Brazil? The stand caught fire and they have to evacuate people. I mean, it just fire, just a social library everywhere. Every month, you have something about fire in the country. Most of our top executives were fires being, oh man, their homes being burned down, fire. Up to present, we got no report. They are a very big building called the House of Legislature. The Capitol building got
Okay.
gotten with fire. So fire has been part of our life. We don't know how to solve it. The issue is how can we solve this? Probably the guest could speak on it for a few minutes, then we'll go on to the nitty gritty part. So let's see if we can bring the guests in. We wanted you to share the show and also join us on our Facebook, YouTube, as well as on our radio 247 and our website. We are live on our website, the bottomlinelibrary.com. One word. You can catch us there. So, Paul, let's see what we got tonight. Let's see if they bring our guest in. Dr. Stevens should be in studio right now. There you go. Welcome, His Excellency Dr. Prince Yakisin. How are you, sir?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. This is Borderline. We're first time on the program. How do you feel right now? I know you live in the US. Tell her how do you look? How does it look like for your end?
Great. It is good. The weather is good. Yesterday
we in Europe, Dr. Yakisin, Prince Yakisin. While we in Europe, what we discuss here is like more especially first we discuss weather. So how does the weather look like?
I'm in Minnesota, so here, it's called Minnesota. It's snow here a lot. So it just started a few days ago, so we got snow out right now. Yeah.
Okay. Now, welcome again. Paul, welcome our guest, please.
Welcome, Dr. Prince Jefferson. It's good to see you and meeting you the first time on the Bottom Discussion. Welcome to the program. We're looking forward to a fruitful discussion. How are you?
Great. And my pleasure to be here today.
Thank you. Doc, we want to go straight to the point. I know you don't have much time with us, but before we go to the nitty-gritty, the topic today you'll be discussing Europe. You're president of the Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative in the US. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, correct.
Good. Before going to that, there's something that's training Liberia. I know that's it's not what you want to talk about, but the fire thing is just part of our life. The House of Legislature got into fire, homes got, speakers got fire. A lot of people, big people names. I can sit here and name like 10, 20 that got victims of fire. On not even measuring poor Liberians that have been killed and their homes got with fire. But now, recently, Liberia delegations at the COP30 in Brazil, their stand got fire and people got to get evacuated. Recently, a family got killed with fire. Paul had a picture. What you talk about, I know it may not be a cup of tea, but just be a Liberia. What is Paul? Just show what we got for it. Then we'll get the doctor a chance to tell us what you think. This is safe fire in our country. The issue of how do we solve this issue? Why is it we're not getting around this? Paul, what do we got? Tell or what we got first. That before the doctor talk about it.
Jamal, do me a favor here. If you go down to the picture that can become mine.
Okay. Then. Now this is now what we want to show, Paul. It's like with just a few minutes, just for the sake of it, it's a barrier, it's a body we want to show here, but it may not be it will be how do you say that? For the respect of our audience, we want to just apologize if it got to something going to be touching. It's just concerning, like the family, a lady and the two kids got burned. I mean, they got killed in a fire, and we just want to show for a few minutes, if you mind. So that's the lifeless bodies of two ladies. I mean, the lady and her two daughters. Caught just a few seconds. That's very painful.
Yeah.
That's very painful. We don't want to talk about it. We want to just show it for you to talk about it because it's something like we want to respect the family lives. I mean, they're privacy right now. I know they're grieving, but just because it's a national concern, we want to talk about it. So, Doc, tell me, basically, what do you think about what is the fire thing? What is your take on this?
As a Liberian, a human being, sincerely, it's not a good thing, especially for life to be involved. Life is such a precious gift God has given us. If that is taken away by fire, anyone, anywhere in the world must regret that situation. And that's what we'll be talking about. Maybe we'll be providing final services to be able to curtail some of those situations, like maybe providing fire trucks, bringing fire experts, to respond, swiftly to solve some of these problems.
Okay. But I know we were talking about it. That's what you do, and it's good that we have you tonight to discuss some projects Liberian outside can take home and help build our country, because we all can be in government. We can do something for our country. And just tell me, but this has been going around long. Paul will ask you another question, but my question is, why we're not finding solutions? But if you see our state building one of the buildings where the legislature said that was got to a fire, there was no something like prevention measures. And you live in the US, when there's a fire service goes with the medical team, the ambulance will be part of it, the police will be part of it, the fire service will be part of it. Before you go to extinguish a fire, you're going to cut down or cut off any fire. Those things got to be present to know the cause. Sometimes we take water to fire that's not even caused by fire. So I don't understand. I don't get me around this. Put my hair around this. Why is it we're not finding a way to solve the issues that's been going around for long? That's my point.
The issue here is whenever you want to speak on such an issue, it's going to be termed political.
Okay.
And for DLDR, we are now a political organization. So that's why I don't want to talk much about that.
We'll respect that.
Paul, it's
all right. For respect that, you don't want to go political. So anyway, but by nature, you're political animal. So we'll get into that. But we want to you can give we want to go to the issue tonight. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our guest saying that you want to keep that low key on that topic, but I know you want to talk on that because it touches every Liberian when there's death. Look at a beautiful people, lifeless, 3 people, a lady with 2 daughters got killed in the fire. That happened a week or 2 ago in Monrovia. And these things happen. Most of our, because they are not well known, it's not published anywhere in the newspaper or online. So we got this from our sources, one of our sources in Liberia, and we got to talk about it because it's really getting to a place now we need to deal with it. But anyway, we wanted to once again welcome Dr. Prince Yakesin. Doctor, tell us, I know you're here to talk to us tonight. Tell our audience who want to know who you are. Who is Dr. Prince Yakesin and what you do?
Thank you again for having me. And right now I have over 100,000 diaspora Liberians listening to me because this broadcast is being shared in almost all the chat rooms in the United States, Canada, and other areas.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Yakesin is a Liberian. I hail from Lofa County. My great-grandfather established Kolahun. So I'm from Kolahun Old Town. At age 21, I left my hometown for Monrovia to pursue education. And since then, I have not been back. And I'm in the United States. I live here for 15 years. I'm married for 29 years. I have 5 kids, all live in the United States. I went to law school in Liberia, went to law school in America. I have a PhD in business administration with emphasis in program management. And I'm also doing another law degree, a doctorate of law. I'm set to defend my dissertation anytime this month, hopefully to graduate next year. So yes, so I live in Minnesota.
Right. Paul, that's our guest. So we want to know, tell a little bit of your organization. What do you do, sir? I know you talk about yourself as a person. What is your organization? What is the name and what are you involved in?
So all along, I have been thinking about Liberia, what to do to help impact lives and communities in Liberia. That has been my thinking all along for over 25 years. For some reason, I just became so patriotic. Love the country is a love for a country. So because I was thinking, so 2019, I had this revelation that hey, suppose we raise money to help develop the country. But the question was how to raise this money. So you say, how I was thinking about when I got up in the morning. Say, hey, why not we deduct $1 from every remittance that we send to Liberia? Then when that money reaches a certain threshold, like $1 million, 25 million, then we decide in the diaspora how to invest that money in Liberia. So I shared the revelation with my wives. They said it was a great idea, but I kept it to myself because I had just started a business. I said, if I start this right now, it would be difficult to control my business. So, but recently I shared with a friend. He and I share similar names called Ama Yakesin. He said it's a brilliant idea. We can start it right now. So I went and opened a WhatsApp group. We began adding diaspora Liberians to the group, and everybody, bought the idea. So I drafted the constitution, carried to the body, we review it, and they say it was a great idea. So we highly incorporated in Minnesota, so it's registered. And then I drafted the bill because we fed ahead. We are going to be deducting money from Liberians that are remitting money to Liberia. So this has to be legislated. So let's draft a bill. So that was drafted and we carried to the meeting. We sat there 2 different times, 6 hours each time. And then we went through it. We took out what we didn't want, you know. So finally, the body agrees that this is the bill to be submitted to the legislature. So we did. So now we have that before the legislature. So the idea is to generate money from the diaspora Liberians to impact lives and communities in Liberia. That means each time you send money to Liberia, we will deduct $1. And that money will be deposited in an escrow account on the Central Bank of Liberia. As I said, when the money reaches a certain threshold, we in the diaspora will decide what to do with that money. We could decide to buy a generator to power the whole Liberia. We could decide to put a satellite in our orbit in Liberia to provide internet access everywhere, or build vocational institutions to take the kids from the street, or kids that are graduating from high school will have a place to go and learn. That when they graduate, we provide them microfinance so they can do their own business to be independent. We could build safe drinking water towers across the country. We could build clinics and hospitals. We could train medical doctors and scientists with this money, because the idea is perpetual. It's not just for this government. It's for even subsequent government. It's forever. Unless something happens, we decide to cut it off. So the idea is to keep the money at the central bank. And why the central bank? Because the central bank is a custodian of 22% of every money deposited in a commercial bank. So assuming you save your money with a commercial bank, let's say you got 1,000 with LBDR, and LBDR went bankrupt, you can only go to central bank to get 22% of that money, which will be $220. That is the only money you will receive. All right, that's the law in Liberia. So the same central bank is a custodian of the 22%. Then let's keep our money with the central bank. But we decided to provide some penalty in the bill. That is non-governmental. Government cannot use this money for salary, cannot use this money for anything. If our government is not a signatory to this account, anyone who touches the money, you will restitute that money. You will go to prison for 10 years, and you will pay a fine of $250,000. That's what we have in the bill. Those are some of the provisions we have in the bill. So if the Senate passes it into law, that means that no one will tamper with that money. So right now the bill is before the Senate. There's a new committee set up at the Senate called Liberian. It's called the Liberian Senate Caucus Committee for Diaspora Affairs. So Darius Dillon is the chairman on our committee. So the bill was submitted to him by another senator, Senator Jala, Joseph K. Jala, who is a senior senator for Lofa County.
Right.
So the name of the organization is Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative, DLDI. And our objective is to generate funds in the diaspora from the remittance to impact lives and communities in Liberia.
Well, that's you have it. Dr. Prince Yakesin outline what he does as an organization, the head of the organization, and what he intends to do for us in Liberia and for Liberia in the diaspora. Paul, Mr. Darling, I want to welcome you, but let's give Paul the chance to give our guest the question, then we'll come to you. Mr. Darling, welcome to the bottom line once again. Paul, go on.
Yes. Thanks, Dr. Yekesin. Great initiative. Before I start with my question, uh, you talk, the organization was founded in the U.S. Do you have any Europeans, Liberian diaspora European part of the organization?
Yes, to answer your question, this is a global organization. It is a it is not membership-driven organization. Once you are a Liberian residing outside of Liberia, you are a member. You can live in Sierra Leone, you are a member. You can become a president for the organization. You can make decisions in this organization. We have a chat room. We have meetings almost every Sunday, including this Sunday. You can come there and make decisions. We respect everyone's opinion. But to answer your question specifically, yes, we have contacted Europe through your president, Francis Meza. He has attended some of our meetings. He's on our board representing Monserrado County. Because this organization, we said those who will make decisions are the counties representatives in the diaspora. They are the ones to make decisions. So when we identify a project, for example, they will identify the project. We all will identify a project. They will decide what project to carry on in Liberia for that year. As I said, we could decide this year is water tower. If they approve it, then we make sure that the money will be dished. First, what we do is that we will publish that in a newspaper for people to bid on it. He who wins the bid gets the contract. And the money will be dished out from the central bank through 3 signatories: the president of DLDR, the treasurer of DLDR, and the chairman of the Diaspora County Board. So we're going to have 15 Diaspora County Board members, including Francis Meza is representing Monserrado County. So they will meet and elect their chairman. Their chairman will be the signatory to that account.
Right. Dr. Yekesin, how confident are you that the legislature will pass this bill? Because we know when it comes to the diaspora issue, they usually drag their feet. So how confident are you that they will pass this bill?
I'm very confident. All of us in the diaspora should be able to call upon all of them, all our representatives. And that's why we have the county representation, because each one of them will call their senator and say, hey, we are on board with this thing, can you pass it? That's why we have the representation on the county level in the diaspora. So we have James Andrew, for example. He is the president for the Liberian Association in Queensland. He represents Bond County right now. We have Pressure Podia Dramani. She is the president for the Liberian Association in Canada. She's representing Bond County right now. We have James Sewala Kennedy. He's representing the Federation. He is the president for the Federation of Lofa Association in the Americas. He representing Lofa County. Similarly with Asia. So we trying to found county organizations so they can nominate. Right now we don't have anyone for Sino County, but we'll soon be having them. We got Eula on board right now. Eula has joined us, officially. So we have everybody on board right now, except for Africa, because there are 2 settlements in Africa that will have more Liberians, like Ghana and Ivory Coast. So we're trying to liaise with them to get representation from there too. So we want to make sure everybody is on board with this organization. So we are confident, we are so sure, we are convinced that they will pass this into law, because what? We're not taking money from Liberia. We want to give money to Liberia. We want to help develop or transform Liberia. So I'm not sure there will be obstacle, in the passage of this bill. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what may happen, but I'm not sure. 2 is not a tax, because you can only levy taxes when it comes to revenue. This is not a revenue from the government. This is called patriotic fund. That means we love our country. We want to give money to develop our country, because according to the central bank, the remittances the country receives every year is between 700 million to 1 billion every year. So if we start sending our money every month, and it's not how much you send, it's how many times you send money to Liberia. That's how we deduct the dollar. So if you send money to Liberia 2-3 times in a month, so each time you remit that money, we will deduct $1. If you only send money to Liberia 1 time every month, so it's $12. If only 1 time every year, you pay only $1. So it's not how much you send. You can send 10 million, we will only deduct $1. And this is not only this is not only limited to Liberians. It's also for anybody who remits money to Liberia. It could be a Lebanese, Indians, American, Ghanaian. Once the money hits Liberia through remittance, $1 will be deducted. It could be a bank transfer, $1 will be deducted. And this money will be kept in an escrow account at the Central Bank of Liberia. Yes, to answer your question, I am so convinced that the legislature will pass this into law. DeLong, Senator Abraham DeLong, has always advocated for Liberia, for Liberians, for Liberia to be developed. I am not sure he will be an obstacle for this bill. I'm not sure.
Okay.
If I'm so convinced that he's going to convince all his colleagues to unanimously pass this into law without even calling us, because I want to believe he has even listened to many of our expose online, our writings, everything, But they have their rules. If they intend to call us, we are willing to appear to provide clarity.
Thank you. We just want to hold you for a little bit. I think we just want to welcome our colleague, Mr. Maurice Yankuba Dolet. Mr. Welcome our guest, and could you please ask your question if you have any? Mr. Dolet, are you following us?
It's muted.
Right, I think he's struggling to. But like, Dr. Prince Yakisin, thank you very much for a good.
Are you there? You can hear me now.
Yeah, go on, please.
Our meeting. I'm very sorry for that.
Go on. You don't have to apologize. Go on.
Mr. how you doing? You are welcome into Bottom Line.
Thank you.
Glad to see you. I have one question, one inquiry. My inquiry is, do you know about a similar Liberian organization like this that were established? You used to call Rebuild Global Liberia Rebuild Global Team?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay. You know the president, Moses Bombo Tambasi?
Yes, I know him.
Do you know how he ended?
Not necessarily how he ended, but I can tell you what he told me.
Can you please tell us a little bit, because
he said he established.
Hello, excuse me.
One minute.
No, Mr. Dolet, can I hold you here? Listen, if you know something, you're not interrogating him. If you know something, say it to him. Then he will tell you, answer the questions. You're not putting on him. He's not answering, like he's not part of that. He was not part of that, definitely, I believe. But the question, if you know something, let us know. Then you go and ask your question. You're not asking me to. You should not be interrogating him, please. Go on. What's your knowledge of what happened? Go on and tell us.
I'm not interrogating Mr. Yagesin.
Yeah, go on and ask your question, please. Don't ask him to tell you what happened to him. He does not know anything about that.
I'm just asking whether he knows Rebuild Global Team. He said yes. Do you know the president? He said yes. And do you
go on, ask your question now. He said he knows. And what's your question?
My question is, do you people have gone part of registering these particular entities with the American government?
Yes, we have registered in Minnesota. The next phase is to file a 501c3. And the only reason we will be filing a 501c3, we are not compelled to file it. But if we decide to file the 501c3 is only intended to generate additional funds to help us carry on our aims and objectives in Liberia. That means to apply for grants and take donations. So we have not reached that level. When we decide to do that, we will apply for it. But for now, is the remittance, which is our main source of funding.
Thank you. You said that every Liberian in the diaspora can automatically become a member. And whenever you only make contribution based on sending money to Liberia, isn't it?
That's one way, yes. All Liberians in the residing outside of Liberia, all Liberians, they are considered a member of the organization automatically. Because why? They all remit money to Liberia. That is the only reason why they are a member of the organization, because they remit money. And we want their remittance. So each time they remit money, we will deduct money. And that's why we want you on board to help us make decisions how to utilize this money in Liberia. This money is not coming in the diaspora. This money stays right in Liberia and be used in Liberia.
Yeah. My last question would be this. Okay, my last question to you right now is this. What would be the beneficial of those that will be making contribution in that manner?
You have relatives living in Liberia. And there are many times we Liberians go to Liberia. There are many times we here in the diaspora go to Liberia, we get sick, and we start running to come back to America or to run to Ghana. We're trying to create that environment that you will not come. Okay? That when you're sick in Liberia, there will be medical doctors to treat you right in Liberia, because we want to treat medical doctors with this money. We want to build hospitals, referral hospitals, and equip them with modern facilities. So that will be some of the benefits. We want to be a guest house or guest houses. That when you go to Liberia, you don't have to go to hotel. If the hotel is, if I will make it 50%, in the hotel, if you can prove that the hotel is charging you $200 a month, we charge you $100 a month in our guest house, or even less than that. So there'll be lots of benefit. When you go to Liberia and go to your county, there will be safe drinking water tower that you can drink water without thinking that you will get sick.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Doll, I know you'll come back with questions, so get yourself ready. Sorry I have to interrupt you because we won't go straight to the issue. I know, like, if the question you just asked, you should explain if Mr. Dr. Jacobson was part of that program that failed, then we'll ask him, can you tell how it failed? Because I don't know if he was part. I don't think he was part of that program. So that's why I have to interrupt you to ask him to go straight to the point. But now, Dr. Jacobson, quick. This is a very ambiguous, very ambitious, and I don't know how to say that. The project is so big, it's just a lot to go through. I want to get a few questions on this before my colleague Paul comes in. I'm talking about consensus here. You're going around somewhere from Lofa County, Bon County, Bomi County, Niba County. You're looking for somewhere Sound County. How do you go around? Appointing people, electing people to represent people on that board? How did you go about it? How did you get on that board first?
So there is a fellow who is with EULA. EULA has been okay, let me say it this way. EULA has existed over 51 years. So EULA has sub-branches everywhere in the diaspora, first in the US and also in the diaspora. So they furnish all with the information of those who are heading different organizations around the world. So that's how we're able to contact even Francis Meza, even James Andrew, even Pressure Podia Dramani in Canada, and James Kennedy, and James Sewa Kennedy, and everybody that we're contacting right now. I even went to EULA convention, and spoke there and even donated to their project, and they see how viable this organization is. It took a while for them to really understand it, because they thought it was government initiative. We told them, no, it's not. This idea just happened to come when they were having the Diaspora conference in America. So they thought it was government initiative. So no, it's not. This is completed. It's non-governmental. It's non-political. In fact, the government is not aware of what we are doing. We are even begging the government to recognize us, to support this bill. To the point that they even allow us to appear to the Diaspora conference to showcase our organization. They did not. But until after the conference, before they begin to understand what we stand for, what we want to do in Liberia.
Thank you. I just got to follow up on what I was just saying here. Probably, I don't know whether you have the relationship with EULA or other countries, counties. I mean, apart from America, you got Asia, you got Africa, you got Europe as well. I don't know if EULA relationship with them. I don't know how is that. Whether you're aware of how good is that? That's one. Second, if you're taking penny from somebody, money transfer, remittance to Liberia, you need a concerted consensus. Yeah, that this person, before you take a 10 cents from my money, if I'm sending to somebody in Liberia, it has to reach I have to be consent with it, right? Then you're telling me Paul Chulopler is in Europe, he's my representative, and Jamal is sending money to Liberia for a project which I may not support or I don't agree with. And you're telling me, Paul, I don't know my relation with Paul. Paul might be the head of the community here, and we don't see it head to head. And if not only that, for some personal reason, I don't want to send money. I send money to Liberia for different projects. I don't want a cent to come from it. I know not a lot of people agree, but I'm asking for consensus. How do you reach the consensus of like 80 to 9% Liberian across the world that people sending money will agree to your project? That's the question I'm asking.
I have been to many platforms. I have not received objection. Almost everybody buys the idea. I have appeared to so many lectures. I have never received objection from anybody. What they have asked is, how are we going to manage this money? That has been the question. And we provided the answers in the bill, how we're going to manage this money. That is to say the diaspora community will decide how to use this money in Liberia. Now, regarding consensus again, that's why we have the bill before the legislature. We want everybody to call to say, yeah, we support the bill. If you don't support the bill, give reason why you don't support the bill. Now, it's not only Liberians, though, as I said. This is anybody who send money to Liberia to be Lebanese.
So
but they're not making decision. We're making a decision.
You're technically taxing people that are sending money to Liberia. That's what you're saying.
You may call it a tax, but we call it patriotic form. Let me give you an idea. Every country has its own objectives, how to implement policies in our country. I'll give you an example. I went to Ghana to a conference. At the time, I was working for Liberia Civil Aviation Authority. We went there for 3 days, but the conference extended for 2 more days. So we needed to pay hotel bills, allowance, and things. Our boss had to send our money. All right. When we went to get the money, they give us the money in cities, not in US. Don't he send the money in US? Because they have a policy that they control their monetary policy in our country. Nobody receives money in US or in city. Another thing they have also is that remittance to Ghana. If you send the money to Ghana, they have their own company that the money channels through. Not through all means that we have in Liberia, Sendwave, Remitly, money. No, it's not like that. They got medium. The money passed through that medium. So every country has its own policy. So that's how we want to do the government. That's why we want the government to pass this into law. That, hey, our people in the diaspora, they want to help us. To help us, this is the mechanism they have put together. That hey, that every time they send money, they want us to deduct $1. They are volunteering their resources. So, but we want them to be part of it to pass this into law. And we in the diaspora, we have the say into how to use this money in Liberia. And that's why Francis Mezo allowed me to come here to speak to the European community. Right? To speak to the European community, to understand, to ask questions. If they have any issue, let it ask. Let it come to our chat room. Go to WhatsApp. You will just type Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative. You will see it. We can add you to the group. Come there, make decision.
Right. Okay. Before Paul comes in, I will want to say again, once we want to welcome you to the Born Liberia. Jamal is my name. We're coming to you live from the Central Europe. We have you tonight with Dr. Prince Yakesin, president of the Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative. He's here tonight to discuss a very big project for Liberians across the world to make some impact in Liberia. So we will be asking you, if you have a question, so you want to call in, let us know. Drop your message in our chat room, in our comment section. If you want to ask our guest, you just talk about questions. You want to ask questions. This is concerning you. This is about your money. This is about your penny. Like they want to pass a law. Get me straight. They want to pass a law in Liberia. The Dr. Yakisin, president of the DLDI, which is the Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative, want the Liberian government to pass a law that will take $1 from your remittance, the money you will send home to do project. Then the question comes to, that's the question. So is your money, does it reach a consensus? If it doesn't reach a consent, then what do you think? And we talk, somebody asked a question here. I want to put that across the floor after Paul asks the question. We have questions coming through the our comment section with us. But Doctor, you talk about healthcare right now. If I go to Liberia, people going to Liberia and flying out, I may have international healthcare insurance. I don't need any healthcare in Liberia. When I got sick, I can be flown to Liberia. What do I care about? I won't care. I will be one of those persons. Well, how will you answer that question?
But you have family members living in Liberia.
No.
They don't have health insurance.
No, I just want to support charity. That's it. I mean, I'm just speaking like I want to support. I'm helping. Just for instance, I'm just putting a situation. Hypothetically speaking, I'm just in a situation where I'm just supporting an orphanage home, right? And I'm in Liberia. I got sick with malaria. I'm bedridden, and I just informed my insurance company that I don't have relatives, and asked because of my health insurance, international health insurance, I can be flown out of Liberia for medical care. How will you answer my question? And
you already said you're running an orphanage home in Liberia.
No, I'm just supporting orphanage home. I want to support them. I want to see them. I'm coming back, and I got sick with malaria. I'm coming home. And I'm a question going to, like, you want to be hospital. People want to be fluent. You got sick in Liberia. Don't come back. Well, because I don't trust the Liberian healthcare system. Since we've been there, from the past, I don't know how many times since GFK went down. Other referral hospitals went down to Liberia. Most of our big guys who are deep pocketed, they're flowing out of the country for treatment. I don't trust the system anymore. I'm gonna speak. So I would think that I want to go. I would take in the national health insurance. What you would tell me if my money is going to Liberia and I'm supporting an orphanage home, I don't want money to take from. How will you convince me that some money should be taken from the money I remit to that orphanage home?
So, okay, great question. You just said you don't trust the system. We want to create credibility into the system. That's what we're there for. Because when we build clinics and hospitals, we would treat medical doctors that you would trust to stay instead of coming to America for treatment. Your signal could be sporadic. You could just appear and get sick suddenly. All right? And there will be no means to even fly you to America. We have ambulances available to take you to the hospital, to take sick patients to the hospital immediately as it happens. Almost like you talk about, for example, the fire service, the fire thing you were discussing here. We want to help the Liberian government in every area to make Liberia urban sector. Everywhere you go, you have the same kind of facility that you have in the developed world. You're going to have it. That's what I want to do. So it may not be you in particular, but others will benefit.
All right, Paul.
Wow. Yes. I mean, I love the initiative, but Liberia being Liberia, I mean, I need to take you by, say you're not into politics, but something, bro, I need to bring your attention to this. In 2020, 2019 and 2018, between 2018 and 2019, the government of Liberia went into central bank and took its foreign embassy money and used it. And that became a whole hard. They forced the government to give that money back. Being Liberian, if you take $1 from every Liberian going into central bank, at some point when the government is broke, they use the money. What do we do to get our money back from that government?
That's a good question. And that's what I wanted everybody on board to tell us where to keep this money. So we don't went to a meeting, we decided that it only has to be the central bank of Liberia, because the central bank controls monetary policy in our country. All right. That happened in the past, which is unfortunate. I may not have all the story to talk about it. But what we decided here is because this issue came out in our meeting, the same issue that you get raised. we decided to put penalties in the bill. You who tamper with the money, you will restitute the money. You will go to prison for 10 years. You will pay a fine of 250,000. So far, that's why the meeting agreed. Until there is a superior authority, we'll hold on to this for now. But if you have any suggestion, you can suggest right here. And anyone who listening to me, we are here to answer your question. We are also willing to listen to your opinion. Suggest where to keep this money. Just give our idea.
So Doc, the reason why I'm bringing this up because the government of Liberia, they are the lawmakers and also they are the lawbreakers. So if they take the money and they say, well, we know that Liberians have taken the country to ECOWAS code and nothing have ever come out of it. So when they eat your money, how do you get that money back from the government itself, not the individual, but the entire government? This is my point. Is there any
somebody in
Go on.
government is the one that get directed for the uses of the money, right? Is that person who are accountable? The good thing, I am a lawyer. Myself went to law school. I know the lawyers in Liberia. So we will make sure to find all our lawyers to team with them to fight the case. But we have not reached that level. We don't know whether that will ever happen. We don't know that will ever happen because in the history of Liberia, it only happened one time. One time. So we don't believe whether it will happen again in the future. We don't know that. But even though with that, we provide a remedy in the bill that anyone who misappropriate that money or touches the money, you will go to prison for 10 years. And you will restitute the money. You will also pay a fine of 250,000. So far, that's what we have. But if you have any superior authority, superior discussion, decision, or suggestion, yeah, we are here. We're willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Mr. Dollar, any question for our guest?
Yes.
Go on, please.
I do ask the brother quite recently that, do you hear me, Mr. Jefferson?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
I asked him whether he know Moses Bombosi Tambasi. He said yes. And I asked him whether he know about rebuild growth thing. He said yes. And the last question I asked him, he did not answer. I would like for him to answer that question. That is, do you really know how that organization ended? If you got any idea.
I don't really know exactly how it ended, but I can tell you what he told me.
Okay, go.
According to Thomason, he said repeatedly to me that he formed similar organization that I just established, but his was to collect $2 from all Liberians in the whole world. Mine is only in the diaspora, but his were all Liberians, including those in Liberia, to pay $2 to go and rebuild Liberia because the war had just gotten over. I was not in the United States by then. I've been here 15 years. So that happened and ended before I came to the United States. I was never part of that organization. He didn't tell me, okay, this is what he said. He said they didn't respect him because he was not educated. That's why exactly he told me. He said there were people with doctorate degrees, medical degrees, so they didn't respect him because he only had a BSc. So no one took him for serious. He said for you, they will listen to you because you have a terminal degree. But for me, I never had it, so they didn't listen to me. Exactly quoting his word. That's what he said. So he said he didn't get the support from anybody. That's why his organization failed.
All right. For your information, I was chairperson of that organization for mobilization and recruitment.
Okay.
Moses Bombo Tambasi was a president until he resigned honorably. Nobody fired him, and nobody neglected him, and money was collected. Enough money was collected from every angle.
He didn't tell me that.
Okay, he will not tell you. So we had a treasurer, one gentleman by the name of Warity, Dr. Warity. He's in America there as well. He was a treasurer. the money was misappropriated. The purpose of that organization is similar thing that you just talking about, helping the Liberian community, helping Liberians of society to be. Our project was to build well to every county, to go around from village to village to build a well for people. Hemp pump. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was a project, basically. Enough money was collected, which I won't be able to give. I will not give you the figure right here because we got it as a communist. We're still investigating the matter of the persons. The fellow who misappropriated the fund, he's in court with us. But Moses will not be able to tell you that. The day you talk to Moses, you can ask him, he say, do you know one Mr. Dollar in England? He'll tell you. My something is doing, my battery is running up. Let me see.
Okay, so while that is running, let me just quickly provide some information.
So as I was saying, a lot of people will ask you many questions because many people were member of such organization before, and activities. People were very interested. They were having the motivation to actually support and pay money. The money, we're not taking money from anybody from Liberia. That's true. That information was not true. To say we're taking money from people in Liberia, no. Only people from Diaspora were paying the money. And enough money was collected. So basically, if you going to talk to people, for people to give $1 of Arab money be sending, whether willingly or unwillingly, I don't know how possible it will be from the Liberian people. Will they kind of experience that from this kind of diaspora organization?
Yeah, you're right about that. You see, your model was quite different and very complicated because it was difficult to even track as to who or pay or how much you collected.
No. The money as you pay is straight away. He registered directly in our account, and we know who paid this money and how the person paid the money.
Okay. What I'm saying here is
the American government also gave us some helping hand. That's the reason that make it very serious until the matter is now in court.
Yeah, I want to say your model was quite different. It was complicated. Ours not too complicated because ours is that we already remitting money to Liberia. It's not like you asking somebody to pay money. This one is that if you send money to Liberia, that is the only time you're contributing towards this organization. It's the only time you pay money. And how do we know that? How do we know how many persons send money to Liberia? The remittance companies supposed to give us data, the remittance data, every month. How many persons in the diaspora, not only Liberians. It could be Ghanaians, Sierra Leonean, it could be Indians, Lebanese, American. So at the end of each month, they will give us the remittance data. How many times money was sent to Liberia? That remittance data will be submitted to the central bank. And then they will also deposit the amount of money that they collected from that data they gave us and deposit it in an escrow account. So we'll compare both to see how many times money was transferred to Liberia, and then how much was deposited in our account. Then annually there will be an annual audit.
Yeah, for the inquiry, how would the individuals that make that unvolunteer contribution will know how much they have paid into this particular entity?
No, not individually. When it comes to the individual own, let me tell you about the individual own. How do we know about the individual own? There is something we call annual membership due, which is 83 cents a month or $10 a year. Even you right now, you can go on our website www.dldr.org. You can go there right now and pay your $10. for your annual due. The deadline is December the 31st, 2005. So every year we collect our money. So if you pay, we'll know who paid through that. But the other ones, the one that are going to Liberia, we don't know who actually contributed more or less. No, we don't know. But all we know there is remittance to Liberia. It could come from Lebanese, it could come from Indians, it could come from Americans. All we know is remittance to Liberia.
But
but we Liberians in the diaspora, we decide how to use our remittance money. Not the Lebanese deciding, not the Indian deciding. It is we, the Liberian diaspora, we decide how to utilize that money in Liberia to impact lives and communities in Liberia.
Okay. Mr. Dolly, just Paul want to give a question, then you can come back later on. You can do a follow-up. But Paul, before you get a question, there's a question from one of our followers in our chat room. I want to drop in for you. Brother Jackie Singh, please, I hope we in the interval we'll also ask if you can take questions, if you won't mind. I know you don't have much time.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm here for that.
Right. If you just joining us, this is born Liberia, Jamal, my name, and we coming to you live from Europe. And we thought tonight, Dr. Prince Yakesin on the Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative. He's telling us much about a bigger mega project for Liberia, but only you, diaspora, can do it. So he needs your money. He will task you voluntary tax you $1 from your remittance to Liberia, so you can able to do a mega project. So it's about development, being Liberia. You want to be part of your own country, building your own country, you need to be part of the process. Anyway, so if you have questions, you want to call in, let us all know. There's a number on the screen now. You can end with 58. It's a WhatsApp number. You can call that number. Then we'll take your call. We'll put your question to the guest. We hope you can answer. Paul, I know you have something for the guest.
Jamal, I want you to display the question from the audience for the guest.
Oh, right, okay.
So
Sorry about that. This sister from Dollar Nelson. Can you read that, Dr. Yakesin? Oh, sorry. This is the first question she put out. Let me put that up to talk about accountability here. I saw that earlier today. Yeah, right. This is what she said. Can you read this, or you want me to read out for you?
Yeah, just read it. Sorry.
Okay, let me see if I can see what I'm doing. He said, who do we hold accountable, and how do we get financial reports quarterly? That's from Dolly Nelson.
Not quarterly. It's going to be annually. Okay. Quarterly report might be probably the internal auditor's report, but we're going to have an annual report. And not only to audit DADR alone, we audit the central bank, we audit the money transfer covenants, then we audit DADR leadership. Then we will also audit those that carry on the projects. Because as I said, we put the ad in the newspaper, people will bid, we do the vetting process. You who win the bid, you get a contract. So, but after the whole stuff, we're going to make sure you will be audited, that you did not dupe us in the process, that you actually utilize the money for the intended purpose, that the building you say you're going to construct, it was actually built well for the number of years you guarantee it to be. You're going to be audited. So okay. That's how we're going to do accountability. And if you are found guilty, in the provision, we say you will restitute the money. That's one. You will go to prison for 10 years, and you will pay a fine of $250,000.
Now, this one. Oh, sorry. This is for this. I'll give you this one. Another one from Shadela Brown Chopley. The organization has authority. Does the organization has authority to carry out those audits? Do you have the authority to do that? Because you already turned into an act. The government has come up with legislation. Do you have DLD? Where they have the authority to carry those audits out? Yeah,
it's in the act to do the audit. It's there. It's part of the bill. That there will be an annual audit.
By whom?
The government.
The annual audit?
Yes.
Okay. So central bank would decide to do it. We could decide to do it. The government could, and the civil society could do it. Anybody can do it. But there will be an annual audit. Okay, so DADR will do the annual audit on our own. But the civil society will say we want to do ours too. We cannot stop them. The government will say they want to do theirs. We cannot stop it. Central bank will decide to do it. We cannot stop because central bank controls monetary policy in the country. So there will be annual audit. So this is very transparent. And as I said, though I brought the idea, I don't have to be the president. You in Europe can become the president. Anybody, any Liberian living outside of Liberia can head this organization and run it.
Okay, Dr. Jefferson will go to that, but the leadership and management. Now, there's a question that coming about management. I think that will come out. There are a lot of questions you have. You may not want to take all your time, but
no, I'm here. I'm here for this. Trust me, we're gonna be here for the whole night.
I want to go back to somewhere you talk about where our money is going. We talk about trust here. The central bank, you keep saying central bank, to give me some assurance that the central bank is a trusted organization. We know the history of central bank of Liberia. 16 billion Liberian dollars. You don't know the story. From the Freeport to the vault, nobody knows where is it. Other monies were given to the government, to the central bank government to disperse it out. To go to commercial banks to give it to people that need it. He gave it to his own people. He gave it to money changers on the streets. A lot of things happen. You go to market, a lot of things happen with central bank. And now, lately, we also we got to understand that most of the top-ranking Liberian officials took money credited from the central bank. They didn't pay. It came out from the report when they were turned over to the government of Liberia. So how do you ensure that we trust the central bank? Where are you going to put our money?
Because the central bank is a custodian of the 22%.
There are issues.
And the central bank is also
Dr. Yekesi, there are issue of credibility right here, sir. There's an issue of credibility. $16 billion, they can't get account. The money they've been taking, the people credited money from that, they have not retrieved this money. So you expect me to give my money to go to the central bank?
Where do we keep this money? Suggestion.
That's the question I'm asking you. We got to build that trust. That trust is not there yet. Then you're telling me, I trust you.
Because that's why in the bill we have provisions to punish people. That's why we got provisions there. This issue you're raising was raised in our meetings, several of our meetings. People have raised this issue all along. That's why we included in our bill, in the bill that was submitted to the Senate, that anyone, it doesn't matter who, any Liberians who tamper with this money, any Liberian who tamper with this money, you will go to prison for 10 years. You will restitute the money. You will pay a fine of $250,000. By law, you have to have some penalty, and that's what we have. We don't have other means. We cannot take the money. Some people suggested we should save the money in the United States. That was one suggestion. But then in a meeting, we said no, because if you keep the money here, every time you want to send our money, that's more money you'll be paying to the money transfer company, right? So they said no, we can't do that. The money has to be in Liberia.
Yeah, Mr. Yekesi.
Dr. Yekesi, before Paul quickly. Dr. Yekesi, brilliant idea, very, very good program. And I think if it goes on, look, we sat on this program a couple of months back. We talked about the projects that took place in Ethiopia, the dam, which the Ethiopians were involved. So it's a brilliant idea. But the question is, people have issue of trust here. And the institutions you are naming here is questionable institution. That's one thing you should know, because if you're telling me to give you money, I may trust you from people who have done the background check on you. So far, I have nothing to do with your credibility issue right now. Now, you lead organizations that give my money to an institution that have all the regulations in place in terms of black and white written, but action is not taken. Tell me somebody in Liberia that stole money or credited money from the central bank, did not pay, or they are staying in jail, 7 jail sentences, or they pay back the money. Can you name me one or two?
The thing, as I said, this issue were raised in our meeting. The credibility.
Can you name me one?
I come into that. The credibility of the central bank. That was a serious issue. As I said, we went to these meetings. We spent 6 hours debating the matter. We had lots of Liberian of the first time we went about 200 or more. Argument everywhere. We can't do it with the central bank. It can't be the central bank. Everybody raised that issue. But the question was, where do we save this money? Now that we agree we want to do the remittance, who should keep our money? Should we keep it with ABDR? No. EcoBed? No. Some people say here in America with the federal government, but others say no, because we got to transfer the money to Liberia. We'll be losing a lot of money. So we want somebody from among us. You are Liberians. You would have asked me this question. You are equally a Liberian. You in the diaspora. We all are now making decisions right now. They have now passed it into law. Where do you suggest we keep this money? Because in our meeting, when the central bank, everybody agree. We don't have where to keep this money.
Okay.
And that's why the only thing we zero in on was to have provision in the act that he who tamper with the money, these are the penalties. You go to prison 10 years, restitute the money. To restitute the money, we can seize your property that you have, right? We will seize all your property that you have.
But Dr. Yekesin, this is the problem I have, because when the government of Liberia decide to take your money, and they know that you take them to aircraft code, wherever they will not bow by the rules of aircraft code. So that money that we're going to take from each and every one of us is going to go in vain. That's one. But I've got a suggestion for you. Maybe you might consider this.
Thank you.
Central Bank of Liberia, every penny that goes to Liberia goes through Central Bank, because they know what's coming in. They have the data. They know what's coming in. Why don't you come up with this? Let me come up with this suggestion that you could have at least 3 persons from the diaspora to represent the group in at Central Bank that will be paid by the diaspora too. So if anything goes wrong with that money, those 3 people can be apprehended instead of the government. That would be my suggestion to you.
That's a good suggestion you just gave. I mean, I would take that to the bank.
They could also connive with the people at the bank. It's possible.
Yes, but they will bear the penalty. That's the thing.
That's why we have a provision to penalize anybody for that matter. And the central bank, in fact, the central bank is representing on our board, playing a factory role. They will be telling us how much is in the bank for us, and they will be advising on inflation. If there's inflation, how to quickly use the money, for example. So they're on our board. Central bank, there's a representative of central bank on the board. Either it will be the governor or somebody will appoint, but we got the central bank on our board.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Dolly.
Yeah, let me ask Mr. Yekesin this wonderful question here. The point of the matter, you have not made it clear to me personally that money that will be collected from the people that are sending money to Liberia, which is the dollars per sending money, to give proper account, feasibilities account on those money, for people to really know how much they spend and how they're going to benefit it. That clarity have not been made to me.
Let me go over that. The first thing I say is the remittance cabinets, like Sendwave, MoneyGram, Western Union, Remitly, RRA. So is that they are the ones to collect the money. Every month, they will deposit our money in an escrow account at the Central Bank of Liberia. Every month.
No.
All right. And then the Central Bank too will furnish us with the statistics, the remittance data statistics, and the total amount of money in our account. Then to dish out this money, to utilize this money, we in the diaspora, we decide what project for that year.
You are who? The member or
including you who's sitting right there. All Liberians in the diaspora. We want representation from each county to be on our board. Before you came, I just named those who are already on our board. President Menzel, your president in Europe, he's on our board right now, representing Mossorado County. We got James Siliwa Kennedy representing Lofa County. So we got all of them. Pressure Podia Dramani from Canada representing.
Anybody from my country yet? Bon County.
Which county?
Bon County.
Yeah, we got James Andrew. James Andrew is representing your country. James Andrew is the president for the Liberian Association in Queensland, Australia. He's representing your country. So they will make decisions every year to say, okay, this year, this is what we want for my country, for example, Lofa County, Bomi County, Nimba County. So they will decide, okay, we all have something, but let's zero in on one water tower project. To build water tower, 5 water tower in each county. So we put that into the newspaper. The contractors will come to bid on it. We'll go through the vetting process. He who wins the contract, he who wins the bid, get the contract.
Okay.
The money will be given in phases to that contractor.
I got you now. I understand that point. The one thing that I want to understand here is this: the money that people going to be paying through that company, that the money, like a money grant or same ways and stuff and things, isn't it?
Yeah.
It would be a compulsory. Everybody that's sending money to Liberia should send money through that company, or it can be a volunteer basis.
No, any company. We just say remittance. The central bank, that's why the central bank is involved. To know how much came into the country for what medium.
So people will be compelled to send the money through that company.
No. Send it to any. So keep doing what you're doing.
Let me probably I understand. Let me explain to Mr. Dolly. Probably you understand that. Mr. Dolly, any money that is going to Liberia, the government of Liberia they are working on an act, a law that says that any money goes to Liberia, any amount goes to Liberia through any sending venture. Like go to Liberia, legally go to Liberia, not the black way, legally go to Liberia.
Correct.
That money, the law is there because every money goes to the central bank. So central bank will take $1 for that money. They're sending the remittance, sending money out there to be put into that pot for the diaspora pot. So for development, future development for Liberia in the diaspora. Any money, you don't have to send anybody. If you send a black money, black way or whatever quality you call it.
Yeah, we don't know about that.
We don't know anything. They don't know anything about it. But if you do it through any other money transfer company,
yeah, any modes of money transfer,
any money transfer company that's legally registered will be compared. They will be to give $1 to that particular pot at the central bank will take money for that and put in that pot for development for that particular organization. That's it. I don't know if that's clear for you.
No, it's definitely.
Let me make it more clear. Let me make it more clear about Dolly. If you send money, to me, you send money to Jema. Every time you send money, they will take $1 off that money. So if you send money to 4 people a day, they take $4 from you.
Now, you speak.
No, but Paul said if you send money to him, I said I'm not sending no money to him. That's what
Thank you very much, Dr. Jekison. Thank you very much for that brilliant explanation. You see, it's a difficult journey you're into right now, and
it is. I know. Yeah,
it's not going to be easy. So let me get something clear here. If I'm sending money to Sandwave, kind of, I'll tell you the way I've sent money to Liberia to Sandwave, and I could be Mitley, another organization, another one called, I forgot the name. It will tell you they'll charge you commissioning cost, and that sending cost is sending to Liberia, right? I sent $50. So if I send $50 already, they've kind of calculated in a way that their commission has been withdrawn already, taken out. Then they'll tell you that I'll give you that $50 to Liberia. But what they do in the rate, conversion rate, they reduce our rate and take that money out. Then if I want my person in Liberia to receive $50, I have to send $52 because MTN or Orange, who will receive money, will take another money off. Are you aware of that?
Yeah,
that's one. That's another issue because we've complained to MTN here. I mean, companies here that when I'm sending $50 to my person, they have to get another. If you get $50, they will take $1 or $2 out. But I've already paid the sending cost here. That's the one thing. Those are issues we've been raised a couple of times. I think you need to take this into consideration because I'm going through too many burdens. Now, let me ask you the question I want to ask you. I want you to be aware of that. Then the question is, if I'm sending money to Liberia right now, the $50 I'm sending, where are you taking the $50? You're taking another $51 for that $50 to go to put into that pot?
Yeah. So any amount you send to Liberia, it doesn't matter how much we take that.
So whatever you think that
10 million, yeah, you send 10 million with $1. If you send $10, we deduct $1.
So how will you deal with a transfer company in Liberia? Because I'm going through too many trouble right now. I'm dealing with the people that are at the other end. The receiver and the money transfer and the mobile money ends where they're taking money $2-3 out of the money I sent. You take another $1, the other person take another $2. How much the recipient will receive?
So this is how we're doing. That's why we're creating awareness for our data. And then after the bill has passed, Central Bank is going to call all the remittance companies. We're going to say in a very big meeting and have some discussion. All right, about how this dollar will be collected.
No, I'm not worried about. I know the dollar. I know how your dollar be collected. I'm talking about extra money be taken out of me from my money transfer mobile money company.
No, but that is a different issue. That probably has to. Maybe I don't know whether this organization are coming. I don't know whether this organization will address that in the future. No. But for now, government is supposed to address that issue. That issue
No,
will
it's
be
a
raised to the
concern.
government.
It's
Yeah.
a concern I've just raised, Dr. Paul. Give me a chance, please. It's a concern
Then
I've just raised right now.
I'm taking that to my organization.
Yeah.
To our organization. So in the future, we will look up to that. Some people even suggested just what Mr. Dollar was talking about. Some people suggested that in the future, get what happening in Ghana, that we establish DADR modes of money transfer. That all money coming to Liberia will pass through that mode. Maybe with that, we will reduce the fee. But for now, we just want the dollar bill to pass into law. When it passes into law, then the other aspect will start coming in little by little. How to address other situations about why it get raised, about taking money 2 different times, that will be resolved. This organization is going to do a lot. We're going to collaborate with the government to do a lot for Liberia.
Okay, Paul.
But and Jamal, the thing is, I want to just take you back to what the question you just asked, because it's a very central bank that also came up with the idea. If you send money by Western Union, they will give you percentage of that money in Liberian dollars, and the balance will be in US dollars. And when it gives that percentage, there's a huge cut from it. The same central bank introduced that. So if you have a bill on the floor, is there a way that bill could be something that to force the government to stop that? Because there's taxes on those money that the government now can decide, okay, we'll take out some of the tariffs that are coming onto this money so people can have their fair share of receiving their money. Is that something that could be added onto that bill?
It's something I would take to the organization on Sunday and tell them, so we can look at it, whether we can amend the bill before it's finally passed into law. But for now, our whole focus is on the remittance thing.
Okay.
That did not come out in our meeting. So as I said, follow me on WhatsApp. Let me add you to the group. Come there. Let me decision.
Before we come to the end of the program, okay, go on.
Jamal, I just want to give a suggestion, because what happened with money issue in Liberia is always a problem. But with this fantastic idea that the group have started, I just want to suggest something here. Maybe it might help. Now, there's a country in West Africa called Burkina Faso. A young man came to power, and then what he did, he built a tomato plant that the citizen of that nation are shareholder for that tomato plant. You said something about we will give company a project. Have you guys considered building a factory that everybody can have share to be able to get something out of it, instead of building where or building something else? That factory generate more money that will help for more development. I just want to bring you to that. I don't know if your thought on that before.
That's a great idea. I will take that to the meeting also to tell them about this. It's a very brilliant idea. But the first we thought of was to build guest houses to benefit Liberians that come from the diaspora. That was what we thought of in our meeting. But that is a very good idea too, to carry on some kind of investment that will be able to help generate. But listen, we are not a non-profit organization. So you got to understand that we are a non-profit organization, so to speak. We are not profit organization, but we are non-profit. So we will be raising any money. We cannot raise money from what we're doing and start giving people dividends. No, we can't do that. But we can build something to benefit Liberians. Like as I said, we build guest houses, we build water tower, we build hospitals, clinics, we do a lot, like recreation centers. We help the country. And any money we generate not for dividend is to be reinvested into Liberia.
Yeah. Listen, Yagazi, will you people have a construction company to build road from places like from Bombi to Bahun all the way to Kulang, to make it shorter for people to reach the local county and put a toll on it?
Once the money is raised and the body agrees that's a project for that year, who am I to say no? Once the body agrees and the board approves it, that's it for that year. The money will be spent for that project.
To put toll on it.
To put what now?
To put toll.
It will put tolls on it, Any money generated has to be reinvested, not for dividends.
Dr. Yakesin, quickly, I know we almost exhausted most of the time you have. I want to once again thank you very much for coming. If we sit here and discuss about diaspora, I know you're very much prepared, well equipped to answer questions. So, but we still want to ask you until tomorrow. But I know we want to shorten the time so we can also.
Yes, before you shut it down, check the audience. There are questions there for the doctor, please.
Yeah, I'll go there. I'll get to the questions there. But we also have to ask the doctor some questions here. There are a lot of Liberian organizations, Dr. Yakesin, Liberian Development Social Fund Belgium, Liberian Days Fund Social Funding. Are you aware that these organizations are around, whether you can collaborate with them to make like a global support? Because if you go around, there are many organizations that are very successful in getting a lot of contacts. Have you been making those headway where you can speak to some organizations in other countries in Asia, in Canada, in New Zealand, other places in Europe as well, that if these organizations do exist, like with similar ideas? So instead of splitting these funds, you can have one global initiative for Liberia.
No, the thing is that what they do is quite different. They generate money for different things, and I don't know why they had, maybe I don't know how they by what legal means they were established, whether they are non-profit or for profit. Many of them have come across their profit organization.
Okay.
So we are non-profit. We got to be very careful. But we welcome everybody, all Liberians on board with us, because you remit money to Liberia, we want your dollar. So that's why we want everybody to come on board. So we got other organizations coming on board, like EULA, like county organization that we wanted to be with us, because many of them are charity, many of them are non-profit. But any profit organization, we can collaborate with you, but understand that we are a non-profit organization.
Okay, thank you. There's a question on the screen. If you mind, if you care to answer that, what is the name of the bill, please? Somebody ask.
The bill is called Diaspora Development Fund Act of 2025. Diaspora Development Fund FUN Act of 2025.
Okay,
that's the bill. That's the name of the bill.
What is the status of the bill at the moment, if you might ask?
It is submitted to the newly established Senate Caucus Committee on Diaspora Affairs. Senator Darius Dillon is the chairman for that committee.
Yeah, but
I know it's been submitted, but what is the status? Is this something that's being pushed through and it's on the floor for discussions, or what is it?
No, it's just submitted.
No, it's been submitted. It's not
we have not initiated any discussion yet. It's just submitted. We have not yet initiated any discussion. When we initiate discussions, I will let you know. Excuse me just a moment.
Yeah.
It's just a moment, Mr. Dolly coming.
Okay. I want to ask one question when he come back.
All right. If you just joined us, we want you to drop your question. Tonight we had a guest, Dr. Prince Yakesin. He's with the Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative. They want to do a massive mega project in Liberia. They want you $1. They want you to voluntarily contribute $1 to them. So they're coming up with a law in Liberia. A law in Liberia that will say that every money you send through a legal means, $1 will be taken out and be put in a pot. That pot and the project will be identified. That project will be identified, and to execute that project, that will be your project, your work, kind of you helping developing your own country without you feeling anything with any household. So they want $1 from you. They will not be asking you every day to do it, but anytime you send money home, because Liberia outside send billions of dollars to Liberia. So we are part of the development there. So instead of you sending it to the people, they want to just they came up with a clever idea. Let's take $1 from that money and put it somewhere involuntarily without your consent anyway, but you got to do it for Liberia anyway. So they want to take $1 for that money and just do something. So what they want to do, we don't know. You come to an agreement. When the bill, the law, they go to the Senate right now to look into it. If the passes the law, so any money you send to Liberia, that will be taken
Sorry
out.
about that.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to explain what the people who just joined on to know why you're here and what we explain. So we got the question from Mr. Dollar. Do you want to solve it? Will you mute your telephone, please?
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
meeting.
Okay, you got a question for our guest?
Yeah, I come here. The thing was on my laptop, so let me get
Okay.
back to the laptop. Yeah, please.
Okay, then while you're looking at a laptop, we got to
Okay.
go on with another question. There's another question coming from our one of our followers. This is it. Why choose a country that has no accountability and is known for corruptions on the industrial level to keep our money in? Why not Europe and America? And then to add to that, I want to ask you: we got African Development Fund. African Development Bank, where you can put our money in there. Once it's been transferred to the Central Bank of Liberia, because we got credibility issue or trust issue right now. So why can't you open an account and put at the Central African Development Bank, and our money be put if we need it, we'll take it and do our work.
Yeah, when you think about that, that's a great idea. We want to partner with the government. We want to trust the government that, hey, we in the diaspora, we say we can work with you. So until something happens, we still want to keep our money with the central bank. As I said, Central Country were established. Central Bank was established in 1999. That had never happened until recently when that happened. So we don't think it's going to happen any sooner. If it does, then we can have a second thought, probably to go and amend the act and to put the money with the ADB, on the ADF, African Development Bank, ADB.
Dr. Yakisi, most of us, like you and myself, have probably the same level in terms of for generations. Probably will also understand that a lot of things used to happen at the central bank. You don't know, I don't know. Just literally after the war, we got to understand what's happening, the fiscal policy, the monetary policy. We got to be aware how things are going. People could sit there and order and take money out with anything because they were doing among themselves. A lot of things happen. If they tell you stories of central bank, you just told a couple of minutes ago that you had a tough argument with the central bank not being trusted. Now, that's the question going to be faced every day. Then the issue is, it's a brilliant idea, but how can we push that? We can follow issues that happen in other African countries. We want to send money home in a way that I won't feel it, but also feel my impact in the country. But then somebody's taking an initiative. The Jefferson Group is doing that. But can I trust the people you're giving the money to? 16 billion Liberian dollars were taken out up to now, no accountability. They're telling me to give money to them. Another money, they when the government was changing over, George Weah government said they turned this amount of money into they left it into the vault or into the what kind of bank what kind of consolidated account. There was an argument between the two leaders. We couldn't get the clarity. Can you telling me to give you money to put into that bank? That's the issue we're having here. So we need to get that clear. If you want me to get my money from me, you need to tell me where you're giving the money to. It's a trust institution. There are example specifics here. I'm not the only person in Liberia to sit here and tell you why you want to give money to people. Look at a sister just telling you the government is corrupt. There were a few people when the $16 billion issue came about. A few people were handpicked, carried to the to jail. A couple of months they were released. So is that money was given to the bank to give it to the poor people that are doing in macro program. I don't know the name of it. I can't remember that he ran a party. He wanted this just to be himself, distribute the money out. Central banks are giving the money to small commercial bank or private banks to disburse those funds. He did not do it. He himself get out those money. And then nothing happened to him. $5 million. Another bank, I think, under the was a weird government or alien government, and money was given to somebody. They gave it to money exchanges on the street to say they were trying to do a cleanup. What? Then you telling me to give money to them to keep my money to keep?
It was George Weah administration.
So that's the question here. So the issue of trust here, Dr. Yekesi, you brilliant idea, but you'll be stuck with this question on and on and on when you go to talk to people. Can you trust these people?
Okay,
I know.
Let me ask my one question, please.
Go on, Mr. Dolly.
Yeah, Yekesi, how possible is it that the reporting system? I mean, after the physical years, how will people be informed about the money that was generated by this particular institution?
Do an audit. We want to have an internal audit, then two external audits.
Yeah.
And as I said, civil service can decide to do their own. Civil society can decide to do their own audit. The government can it can do its own audit, to the central bank, and we will do our own audit. So there will be 3 forms of audits. With
Yeah.
the,
Then after the audit, will it be published?
Of course, yes. On our website, dr.org, will be there. We'll publish it in the newspapers everywhere. It will be
If
published.
I want to know how much you collect and where you deal with
Yeah,
the money.
of course. That's a report.
Yeah,
That's a report.
where can a person go? If someone like me now, I want to know how much.
dldr.org. That's our website. www.dldr.org. Right now, you can go there. It's still under development, but right now there are lots there you can go because we have not started carrying on projects, so we don't have lots on our
Okay,
website.
my last question: you say you put the bill to the Senate. Why you did not go through the House of Representatives before going to the Senate? You just
Because
went
you can introduce the bill anywhere. You can introduce it to any area. Yep, anywhere.
But it's gonna be like a law banning all the Liberian citizens or anybody that's making business with Liberia. So it's not a law. I think every law is supposed to pass through the House of Representatives before going to the Senate for.
No, I just told you it can start anywhere. It can initiate from the House and be completed in the Senate. It can initiate from the Senate and be completed in the House. It does not matter.
All right. But there's another question for you right now. Thank you. We want to, I don't know, we have not more than, we got about 5 more minutes with our guests. If you just join us, this is the Born Liberia. We want to let you know that we with us tonight is a special guest, Dr. Prince Yakesin, president of the Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative based in US. He's currently living in Minnesota, the state of, you call the state of what? Minneapolis, right?
Yeah, Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. So you are with us tonight. He's over tonight to discuss issues how you Liberian in the diaspora can help and be big in powerful project in Liberia. So if you have a question, we have please, if you want to call, let us know so we can put you through to speak to our guests. But
I have a caller on the line here.
okay, 1 second. Before we got a caller to speak to our guest, we want to let you know if you want to know more about the organization, DLDR is on the screen. It's www.dldr.org. That's the organization. You can always visit the website and some of the contact them. They want you to be part of it, and they also want you to ask the questions. Their contact number is there. You can always contact them. Their email is there. Whatever is there, you can talk to them. So, Paul, you can put the caller on the line.
Yeah, caller, what's your name and where you calling from? Can you guys hear the caller?
No, Paul is far away from the microphone.
Yes, hold on.
We are with.
Hold on, Jolly. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Right. While we're waiting to get the technical issue started with the caller coming through.
Can you guys hear the caller now?
Yeah. Will you please speak a little louder and call your name and where you're calling from and your question, please, to our guest.
Dolly, you can speak now, please.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, go on, please.
Can you guys hear?
Yes, we do.
We can hear you.
Everybody hearing.
Yeah, we hear you very loud. You're clear. Go on.
Dolly, you're good.
Are you guys hearing me now?
Yes, you're good. Go on.
Okay, good. Okay, I have a question or statement. Mr. Deckett, we keep on saying until it happens, we're going to have to keep our money. We can only keep the money in the defense in Liberia. What do you fail to realize that these are people hard-earned money? It might be a dollar, but it's something people work hard for. So we are not looking to fool around, get whatever word I don't want to use before you tell us, okay, then we have to find a new alternative. No, that's not how. For me, as a person, means I work hard for every penny I have. I'm not looking to fool around on the dollar because you think it's just a dollar. government, the country is known for people not giving accountability. That comes back to you. You said you're going to give a national report annually. With that obligation you have, the amount of money that's going to be paid, we need a quarterly financial report. Two, how do you intend? Sorry, let me take it back. You said that it's non-profit organization. Can you explain to me how is it you're going to put a law down our court for you to collect our money when you tell me it's non-profit organization? But if the law is passed, we are compelled to abide by this law. That is going to be bad. So it can be to explain to me how it's a non-profit. We don't give an example what happened in Burkina Faso. For people to give the money, they have to be returned. You say no. We ain't getting nothing in return. We're just collecting the money. You don't build guest house. You know for who? Whether you're going to live there for free, I don't know. But continue paying $1 every time you send money. If you send money $5 a month, it's $5 to pay. So if you explain that to me, thank you.
I know the sound was a little bit off. Do you pick up what the caller said?
I listened to her.
Okay.
I mean, this issue has come out everywhere we went. Where to keep this money? As I said, our meeting decided with the central bank because we didn't find anywhere to keep this money. Except, as I said, if we have a suggestion, like I heard on this platform today about ADB, African Development Bank. All right, I will take this to the ballot to look at it. But whether our legislature will want to pass a law for this money to be kept in a foreign country, that I don't know. We want to trust them until it's proven otherwise. Central bank is what we have. That's our country. We got to create credibility issue. And I agree, this happened before. But since the central bank was established in 1999, it never happened until recently. This happened under one regime. Under this regime, we are not heard that yet. All right. So there are other organizations now that are holding government accountable. But for us, we are non-profit. And I say we are non-profit in the sense that we are not going to be investing and be devaluing dividends. We want to be impacting lives and communities in Liberia. That's what we're collecting this money for. It's going to be perpetual. So that's why we are non-profit. We are non-profit because we want to be applying for grants. We want to be also be taking donation on our website. So at the end of the year, people can file taxes and claim it on their taxes. That's why we are non-profit. We are not a profit organization where at the end of the year we go divide dividend. No profit. No. The money will be used in Liberia and only for Liberia transformation. And he who plays with the money will go to prison.
Thank you.
We restitute the money.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, the caller. Dr. Yakison, you just said something about if the legislature will agree. We sending our money, we decide where we want money to go. I don't think they should hold that. They only help us to pass a law because they're putting money in there. For the father, we want to ensure transparency. That's why the sister and many others of people are questioning you that we want the money to be kept in a safe place because of trust. It was not an issue of trust. We wouldn't be talking about that. But anyway, it's a good thing you're going to take it to members of the board to discuss it. And Jodel, you've heard the concern of Europe. I mean, one of the concerns of Europe.
Yep, I got that. That was important. Yep.
Jamal, I think says the other raise an issue here about because Dr. Yakison said something about guest house in the initial conversation. So the guest house is there. Would this guest house be free? Because if you're not getting dividend from it, then what the purpose of getting a guest house? Would it be free for Liberians traveling from the diaspora? Would be
yes, to help Liberians traveling from the diaspora. That if you come to Liberia, instead of paying $200 a night, you pay $100. If it's $100 a night, you pay $50. We're trying to help you.
But
what will happen to that $100?
Come again?
Yeah. What will happen to that money?
It's the same thing. The money will raise from that. It go for reinvestment. We could build more guest houses. We could build hospital. We could build clinics. We could build vocational institutions. Any new thing that come out, the money will be used for it. Okay, or they will reach a point where we don't need the money.
All right, guys. Sky, we need to have time here. We need to let the guests go, and we need to one. I will take one question from each of you. Then we'll give the guests the time to give a parting comment. We'll go to you, Mr. Dolly.
Yeah. Basically, for me, I don't have questions. All the questions I have been exhausted.
You want to make comment, or you want to give suggestions?
Yeah,
So advance to
I just want
our guests.
I just want to make a suggestion.
Mhm.
My suggestion is, if you people manage to succeed or passing the bill with the Liberian government, I hope you will find somewhere suitable, not Liberia, because the government that there right now, they are lawless. Because the lawmakers, they have demonstrated to everybody publicly that they are not law-abiding people. We got evidence to that effect. So obviously, we don't trust any of them to say they're going to protect the constitution of our country or the rule of law of our country. They are lawless people. So if you people can find somewhere outside of Liberia where the money will be kept, to take certain laws in order when you're ready to do the investment, I think that would be necessary. That to take that high risk and put the money into the Liberian government hand. When you're ready to step inside, they just step inside any kind of way. When you come to them, if you argue with them, they put you in jail. Because even quite recently, the Speaker of the House said that when a journalist covering us, he will put them in jail. So we need to look at all these things.
Thank you very much. Paul. Thank you, Mr. Dolly.
Yeah.
Paul, you laughing?
No, but it's funny though, the way you said it. I think it.
But the man said it or not?
Yeah, Paul, go on.
That's interesting. I think it's a good initiative that you guys came up with. Unemployment in Liberia is something that is challenging. So that's what I suggested. Say, let's look at the model of Burkina Faso regarding the tomato plant that were owned by the people. So that may you ease another problem that creating jobs by the dollars that we send from here, that you can build one tomato plant and build another one and build another one that will bring employment to our people. We should also consider that. I think it'll be a good thing because the government in and out, now waiting to address the situation for unemployment in the country. So that would be my suggestion. You could take it to the team, and I will ask you again that you found another time that we can have the discussion after you had your meeting with your team. So we gave our feedback.
Thanks. You. Yeah.
I want to say a big thank you to all who join us and wherever you join us from, the people who liked us. We want you to share the show. We always here every Friday and Tuesdays on Liberian time, 8 o'clock, because the time is UK time. Liberian time, 8 o'clock, Central Europe time, 9 o'clock. And we want to say a big thank you to our guest, Dr. Prince Yakisin, for coming to just give a more highlight of the project his organization is doing, the Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative. We want, don't be a stranger. We want you again here to tell us more, because it's all about diaspora. We've been talking about creating an enabling environment for Liberians outside. Most of our people, 60 to 70% of Liberians living outside, have no more trust in the system back home, whether it's the present government or the past government. From the generation of our generation, we don't trust any government. We've seen it happen. You talk about saying something to code, they have all the regulations in place. We saw that the everything is there, black and white is there, but they don't action it. The government of Liberia has been taken to ECOWAS court to pay fine. They didn't pay. So why must the government of Liberia step into our money and take our money away? Who do we take them to? The ECOWAS court? That's the question. So you see the question that we still come around, beating around the issue of where do you keep our money? Where do you keep our money? Because it's money taken away. Who will address your issue? Who did you take a grievance to? The ECOWAS court is not listened to. And the government, the bank, the president can sit there and order, because he sacks the central bank governor at his own will. It happened. We saw. He said you asked the question. It now happened under the leadership. The president, there's a tenure position for the governor, the governorship of the central bank. We all know that it's a tenure position. The man that was there, lost you something. I forgot his last name. It was put there by George Weah. He was removed. And he took his case, but eventually it was settled. He settled down. So if you look at these, are all cases will be coming up. So we question some credibility as a trust issue here. So brilliant project to analyze. It's a very good initiative. I hope we can take this around. Many of us will not agree, but 60 to 70%, if you have the time to explain, but trust me, where will you put that money? Who will manage that money? That will be the common questions you're going to go facing every day we bring the issue up. But I want to say a big thank you for coming. I want to give you a time to take a parting comment for us, and we'd like to have you another time on the show.
Yes, thank you for having me. I really appreciate the discussion that we had here. It was very fruitful. I took lots of your suggestions in. I will carry it to the leadership to discuss it further. As I said, we want everybody on board, all Liberians in the diaspora. You can get my number, 952-486-2318, 952-486-23. If I got a number on our website, diaspora.org. My number is there. You can go there, call me. I will add you to the WhatsApp group. Or you can look for me on WhatsApp, follow me, I can add you. So come to our meetings. We're having our meeting Sunday. It's 3 o'clock. I don't know what time will be your time here. But it'll be 3 o'clock from 3 to 5, 2 hours meeting on Sunday. We'll be having a meeting. That's CST, Central Standard Time. So come there and listen to us. Let's discuss, not just listen, but participate in the discussion. Write me at any time. Share your opinion. The bill is before the Senate. We pray and hope that they pass this into law. We want you to call your senators and tell them to pass this bill into laws, because it's going to help to transform Liberia, not just develop, but transform the entire country. As you mentioned here, Ethiopia, carry on their dam project, that they asked the diaspora community to contribute towards it, and they did that, but right after the building of the dam, that whole project shut down. Ours is not going to shut down. This is perpetual. We will leave this on ice and go. So let's put all the ideas together to make it work, even in our absence. If the time comes where we know that the central bank is no more trusted with our money, we will find other mechanisms to save the money, either in the United States, either in Europe, or in the ADB bank. But for now, we have the central bank until they prove otherwise. And I trust this government, and also trust future government to make sure that no one will touch our money. Again, this is the dollar remittance bill. Anytime you send money to Liberia, it's just $1 we want, not more than $1. And the reason we didn't do it as a progressive tax system, because it could be so complicated to collect the money. But $1, you can easily count how many persons send money to Liberia. That's easy. No one can steal that money. But if you do it as a progressive tax system, that the more you send, like if you say 10 million and you pay a certain percentage, that's going to be difficult to calculate. But if you just say $1, that means you will know how many times money was sent to Liberia, and you will know how much we got in our bank account. Either 1 million persons send money, or 1 million times the money was sent, it's $1 million. If it's 25 million times it was sent, it's 25 million. So we would decide what to do with that money. We in the diaspora, So thank you, trust us, continue to trust us. I have never been involved in any scandal. My name has never been in any scandal. I have never eaten public money. And this money, I'm not even close to it. It's going to be carried with the central bank. They have 3 signatories, not just me. The president of DADR, the treasurer of DADR, and the county diaspora board chair. They were, and they're not even laying out on the money. They will only sign the check, and the check goes to the contractors. That's how I want to make sure transparent this is. But thank you for inviting me here, and it's a greetings from the organization to all of you in Europe. All of you in Europe. Your president, Francis Meza, is with us. He's on our board. He's a good guy. He's a good gentleman. If he arranges a talk show today. So if you have any question, pass it through him. He will get to me, or call me directly. I will answer your question. He saw a reason for this organization. He said, yeah, there's a need to come speak to my people in Europe. And that's why I'm here today. So thank you, and I appreciate it.
That we have it. That's Dr. Prince Yakesin, president of the Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative, being a guest on the borderline tonight. Today is the 28th of November 2025. We want to say a big thank you to those who listen to us through our YouTube, Facebook, radio, as well as our website, and those who ask questions. Thank you. And we may not be able to take questions for everybody. I want to say be part of this show. We will be here on Tuesday as well, at the same time, same platform. I want to wish you a pleasant evening and have a lovely weekend. My name is Jamal Kamara, Paul the Lord Sugar Play, and Yankuba Morris Dolly. Have a pleasant evening.